Chi-square test in SAS. Introduction. What is a chi-square test? A chi-square test is used to determine if there is any association between two categorical variables. Now say for example, I have two variables. One is treatment group and another is the response. Now response could be anything. It could be positive, negative, or it could be yes and no. So these two categorical variables, I want to check whether there is association or not between the two categorical variables. So hence I use the chi-square test. Now when it is used for testing the relationships between the variables wherever there is a contingency table. Now contingency table is nothing but, say I will be having 2 rows, 2 columns, then 3 rows and 3 columns, 4 rows and 4 columns. So, and this is used for especially in the large sample size. Types of chi-square test. Now there are two types of chi-square test. One is for checking the independence and another is for checking the goodness of fit test. So independent test is used when if there is an association between two categorical variables. That is the common scenario that everybody uses is. Now the goodness of fit test is used if a sample data matches a particular population distribution. So that is why these two tests are used in different scenarios. Understanding SAS for chi-square test. Now SAS is nothing but your statistical analysis system where it is used for doing the advanced analytics, business intelligence, or data management or predictive analytics, or doing the linear regression or logistic regression, or doing any kind of programming stuffs. So there are certain procedures for chi-square test that is used in the SAS software. So one is the proc-frec and another is proc-survey-frec. So this is a particular software that helps you in developing or writing the procedures for the chi-square test. Example scenario. The research question is there any relationship between gender? Okay, gender is male or female and preference for a specific new product. So say for example, I'm having a data of 200 individuals categorized by gender and product reference. So this is my sample data. So here is the table which I have presented here as a sample data where gender is the first column, second column is preference, and the count is the number. So how many males are there who like a product and what is their number? So that is 80. So these many males who dislike a specific product are 40. Now these emails who like the specific particular product, the number is 60, and this females who dislike a specific product is count is 20. Sample SAS code. Now I'll explain here a step-by-step procedure, this specific data step. So this is called as a data step. It starts with data and it ends with run. Now every SAS program or every SAS statement, it always ends with a semicolon. So this is very important that you need to refer is every statement in SAS it ends with semicolon, right? So here also you will see a semicolon because you are ending the statement. So this is the data step. You will write data and this is the preference, that is the data set name. Input a specific statement to enter the data in specific data set. So this is the gender variable, preference is your second variable, and this is my third variable. Now if you observe, there is a dollar sign in front of a gender because it's a categorical variable, and you will see a dollar sign in front of preference variable, that also is a character variable. Now in front of count you don't see any symbol, that means it's a numeric variable. So this is how you will enter the data, male like 80. So observe that we enter a space, we give one space between these two values, right? So if you see, we give all these spaces. That's how we add the data lines into the SAS data set. So this is the second record, this is the third record, and this is the fourth record. So once you have understood the specific 2x2 contingency table, I think you should be able to yourself make an effort in developing this small data step, which is very easy. You can recollect the numbers from the earlier slide. Now running the chi-square test in SAS. Now it's a very simple program. So here is a proc-frec statement. Now every procedure in SAS, it starts with the proc, the name of the procedure, and it ends with the run statement. And like I said, every SAS statement, it ends with a semicolon, right? Now, proc-frec is the procedure that we use to run the chi-square test. This is the data, which is a function, and there we write equal to sign. This is the name of the data set. This is the tables statement where I want to check the association between two categorical variables. Now, what are two categorical variables in our data set? Your one is gender and another is preference, right? So we will use these two variables. I want to check whether there is association or not. For that I will use this star sign, right? And I will use the backslash and write the chi-square. Now this is a statement or where you will need to enter in the table statement, right? In the table statement you will mention this chi-square so that you will get the chi-square result test values. Now weight is your count. That is the number of values. That is my count. So I want to check the association between gender and preference with this specific count. Interpreting SAS output. Now the output components, I will explain this once you generate that data step in the SAS software or in the SAS academic software, you will see some output components. So the first thing is your chi-square statistic. Now that is used to determine whether there is a significance with the association, right? The next is your p-value, determines if there is any association is significantly effective or not, or whether it is statistically significant. So the decision rule here is if the p-value is less than 0.05, you reject the null hypothesis. Okay, so that's the reason when you reject the null hypothesis, you mean there is a significant association between two variables, right? So this is how you interpret the SAS output. You will get the chi-square test, you will get p-value, and then based on the p-value and the level of significance, which is 5%, that is 0.05, you need to take the decision. Example output interpretation. Now say for example the chi-square test statistic value is 1.5873. Now the degrees of freedom is 1 and the specific probability of having this chi-square test is 0.2077. Now another example that I would like to explain here is the chi-square test statistic is 5.87, the degrees of freedom is 1, and here the p-value is 0.0154. Now as you see in this specific p-value is strictly less than 0.05, right? So it is less than 0.05, right? So that is the reason this is there is a significant association, right? Whereas if you see in the earlier side, the p-value is greater than 0.05. That means there is no association and there is no significant association between two variables. So here I would like to conclude here is the chi-square test assesses relationships between two categorical variables, and the SAS is a specific software, that simplifies the computation with the proc-frec. The proc-frec is a procedure that we use in chi-square test. Now what are its implications? Now it is useful for analyzing categorical data in various fields and not limited to specific therapeutic area and diseases. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a feedback comment mentioning any topic that you want me to make a video. Looking forward for a positive response. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a feedback comment. Many thanks for your support and having great connection.